Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport, and we are just hours away from the start of the 2023 British Touring Cars Championship. So let's do a rundown of this relatively small grid, team by team, and at the end I'll give some predictions for a series so chaotic I'm more likely to pick next week's winning lottery numbers. Obviously there is no team dynamics, no Jason Plato and no infinities, so we will pick through the bones of what's left. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and let's jump into this preview of the 2023 British Touring Car Championship. Bristol Street Motors with Accelerate Hyundai. Last year's champion Tom Ingram is a top contender once again. He has won 25 BTCC races and now a championship to go along with it. He has been a part of over 250 races as well, so he is experienced. The Hyundai will be competitive again, and Ingram is certainly in with a chance at retaining his title. Tom Chilton returns for a second year with Hyundai, having made his debut 21 years ago. He's one of the last good old boys on the grid, but this dinosaur has pedigree. He is approaching 500 races and has 13 wins, but he hasn't won a race since 2019, and he only managed a 15th overall last year. He's decent backup for Ingram, but not enough to win Hyundai the team's or manufacturer's title. They have two new drivers along with their experienced stars. Nick Halstead is 51 and did a few races for Accelerate in 2021. He has Napa Racing experience, but he'll be hopeless here, as will 21-year-old teammate Ronan Pearson. The ex-mini racer is very young and very inexperienced, maybe one to watch for the future. Overall, Tom Ingram is a great leader and Chilton will score points, but outside of a title charge for Ingram, I wouldn't expect too much from Hyundai in 2023. Maybe Chilton will win a reverse grid race. Team BMW. Colin Turkington is the most successful BTCC driver ever, and you can never count him out. The last couple of years, he has got caught up in too many incidents and lost points because of it, but he will win races. Over 500 starts and 63 wins to his name, Colin Turkington could become the first ever 5-time champion in 2023. Who would have imagined that back in the Atomic Kitten MG days? Stephen Jelly is brought back too, and much like Tom Chilton, he will hoover up points for BMW, but he's not good enough to be a title contender. He might nick a couple of wins here and there, and play back up to Turkington. Adam Morgan has left the family team and joined the Works BMW squad. He's a good driver, but he's never finished higher than 7th in the championship. But this is his first go in a Works team, so we'll have to see if that makes a difference. Finally, Jake Hill for MB Motorsport ran out of the WSR garage. Another title contender, a revelation of the last couple of years. He has been getting better and better, and I think he's going to be in the hunt again this year. A strong lineup from BMW, 4 drivers who could win races and 2 drivers who could be champion. Toyota Gazoo Racing UK. Given Toyota are dominating elsewhere in the motorsport world, it does feel like it is a matter of time before they become the team to beat here. The same could be said for Rory Butcher. He's felt like a top driver for the last couple of years and yet has never really got close to the championship. The Toyota looked a lot better towards the back end of last year, and it'll be interesting to see if Butcher can carry that momentum into 2023. Ricky Collard has not shown the same racing now since his dad Rob. 2022 was his first full season and it was a disappointment. Some even questioned whether or not he would be back. But like Rory Butcher, his results got better as the year went on, and I think podiums are on the card for Collard in 2023. Toyota have grabbed a jobless George Gamble, who was very impressive in 2022. It makes for an interesting trio. Toyota will take wins, but I don't think they'll be a threat for a couple more years at least. Napa Racing UK. I think this year will come down to a battle between BMW and Ford again, and Turkington versus Sutton could be the top battle. 3-time champion Ash Sutton has been one of the most impressive touring car drivers anywhere in the world for the last 5 years or so. He always wins races, he scores decent points everywhere, and he has been in the top 2 come year's end for the last 3 years in a row. Ash Sutton is a very good driver. Dan Camish is very good too, but never really looked like a title contender on his return to the series last year. He was almost champion in 2020 and won the Porsche GB Cup on his year off from the BTCC, his 3rd title in the series. This could be a very good year for Camish if he can keep up with Sutton. Daniel Rowbottom is a refugee from Team Dynamics. He has a win, but he is very hot and cold and he will definitely be behind 2 of his teammates. He will be ahead of Sam Osborne. He's never finished higher than 19th in the championship, but he is a director at Motorbase, so has a job for life. Strong Ford lineup, title contenders and plenty of wins coming their way in 2023. Car store Paramax Racing. Vauxhall are a long way away from the golden years of Triple Eight racing. They can barely get to the end on their wheels these days. A completely new lineup for the team in 2023, no Michael Crease or Ash Hand. They've taken former race winner and the only foreign driver in the series, Irishman Aaron Taylor-Smith. Now he hasn't won since 2016 at Rockingham, a circuit that no longer exists, and in his last 3 full seasons hasn't finished in the top 20 overall. But away from the Team Hard Cupra, he might do better. A little better at least. Now a couple of weeks ago I said all the drivers debuting in 2023 were underwhelming, and that is mostly true. The one exception is Andrew Watson, a very experienced GT racer. He's competed at Le Mans and in the Asian Le Mans series, but he doesn't win races very often. In fact, he hasn't won a race since 2015. But if any debutant is going to impress, it's him. It's certainly not his teammate Mikey Doble, who is a champion in various series, but this is a big jump up from the BMW Compact Cup. Not a great lineup for Paramax Vauxhall, they have backmarker team written all over them. One Motorsport with Starline Racing. The former BTCC team wins the prize of best looking car in the field, but they weren't as good in 2022 as they have been in previous years. Despite Josh Cook winning 5 races last year, he only finished 6th overall. Consistency then is the key, and with team dynamics now working in a supporting role, this team has a big chance to move forward. Josh Cook is a very good, underrated driver. He has taken 18 BTCC wins and can get a few more in 2023. They've replaced the retired Jason Plato with Aidan Moffat. He could be an upgrade given Jason Plato hasn't been good for a long time. He's also a race winner with 4 wins previously, but he has only finished in the top 10 once in 10 attempts. Will Powell is making up the numbers. His best finish is 21st, and given their less cars in 2023, he might even get to finish 20th. One Motorsport could go either way in 2023. Josh Cook will get some good results. Aidan Moffat will be in the top 10 sometimes, and Will Powell will be in the bar after lap 3. Team Hard. Our final team, and bewilderingly the biggest. 6 Hard Cupras is not the name of a Spanish porn film, but it is what Team Hard have put together for 2023. Either way, their drivers are Nick Hamilton, who has finished 15th once in 117 starts. Jade Edwards, who has finished 15th twice in 33 starts. Jack Butel, who has finished 14th a couple of times. So has Dexter Patterson, but at least he did it in his first year. Bobby Thompson is a former Jack Sears Trophy winner and did get on the podium for Team Hard last year. His next best finish was 7th. And the only driver who really stands out for Team Hard, Dan Lloyd, who is wasted after his financial issues last year. He deserves better than this, and I would happily lend him some money, if I had any. This is a dismal lineup of backmarkers, all in Cupras. Patterson and Thompson will score points here and there, and Dan Lloyd will put in some good performances. The others, well, they'll have a good season if they score a point. So they are the teams and drivers. Now what about predictions? Well, let's start with the big one, the BTCC champion, and I really think Colin Turkington is taking title number 5 this year. He has to at some point, it's destiny. The Northern Irishman deserves a better year after the disappointment of 2022. Ash Sutton and Tom Ingram will be close behind. Jake Hill, Josh Cook, Dan Camish are all contenders to be up there too, maybe even Adam Morgan and Rory Butcher. It could be a close year at the top. Manufacturers, I'll go with Ford, just beating BMW, well ahead of everyone else. Teams, Napa Racing, I guess. Independent title will go to Josh Cook. I just think he is the best driver not in a works car. And for Jack Sears, let's say Andrew Watson, because he is probably the most experienced racer, with maybe Dexter Patterson pushing him close. Let me know your predictions in the comments below. Are you looking forward to another year of British touring cars? Make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And to everyone who has subscribed recently, thank you. And have a good one.